Hi everyone, this is Ben's here. I'm going to be going over just a few of the special missions, events, tournaments, and whatnot occurring right now and ending this upcoming weekend. The weekend's going to be February the 13th through February the 15th. Now, right now, there's actually a party prep week as far as Wargaming's events going on around Carnival. Now, party prep week, as you see here, there's a few special discounts going on. However, most people are going to be interested in the missions. As you see, there are 12 of them, and you have to complete them one by one. Now, they're all pretty easy to complete. It shouldn't take you much more than, say, 18 to 20 battles to complete them all. But in total, you're going to be rewarded decently just for playing. It's about 3,000 credits, 3,000 experience, two small first aid kits, three small repair kits, and then the final one, as you see down here, Party Prep 12, you get 300 gold plus 1 day at premium. It's just nice for those people who don't exactly put money into the game because it doesn't take much effort. Now, these run to February the 13th, at which case on February the 13th at 3 a.m. Eastern time zone, or no, Pacific time zone. Sorry, I forget that they use Pacific time zone. There's going to be a special package in the gift shop with the Type 62, a garage slot, 4,000 gold, and 30 days of premium in it. Now, it costs $50 at $49.99, which is a little steep for just if you want the tank. However, the tank itself, once you factor in the gold and premium time, it costs about $17 at Type 62 once you take into account all the other stuff in that $50 value. So it's not actually a bad deal for the tank, but if you don't need gold or premium, then it's not exactly a good thing. Now, the Type 62, it is a decent Tier 7 premium tank. It's basically a stock WZ 121, which it's a good light tank, but it does struggle a little bit against Tier 9 tanks. But it's pretty fun to play. You make a decent amount of credits and experience with it. If you like light tanks, and especially if you have Chinese light tanks, then it's a pretty good premium tank. One last thing, that even for people who don't do a lot of tournaments, this weekend there's a Carnival Parade tournament going on, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each day you can have a choice between two different tiers, maps. Basically, you can enter up to 3 times, and you don't have to play all 3 days, as far as what I can understand. Basically, each day you can fight in a tournament and win some gold, some premium time, and depending on how well you do, you also have a chance to win a Type 62, TOG 2, KV5, and other bonuses depending on which place your team finishes in. And you have a choice between Tier 4 to Tier 6 and Tier 8 to Tier 10. It depends on the day and time. You can find more information on worldoftanks.com as far as the parade tournament goes, but it seems like a very easy tournament for players that don't exactly play a lot of tournaments to get into, because it doesn't look like it's going to take a lot of time, and it gives you a lot of options as far as what tiers and time commitment you want to play. So I'm going to hop into the Type 62 here, see if I can get a decent map and battle here. But as you see, Type 62 does see Tier 10 tanks, which is pretty huge problem with the Type 62, because since it is essentially a stock WZ, it really struggles against facing 9s and 10s, since it doesn't have the upgrades that the WZ 121 has, or I keep saying 121. It's 131, I believe. I'm getting confused here. But anyway, Type 62, matches like this. I'm going to be heading down here to spot to begin with. Yeah, I'm not exactly in a good spot to be able to spot over here, but it's better than me going north. There's nothing I can really accomplish heading that way. Unfortunately, everyone's kind of blocking my route here. But I'm heading down in the ditch here. It's because there's not many other options for me to take. Nice if I get some help with this T-44 here. Figured he was going to ram me, but I'll take that to be able to destroy him. Let's just hide back here a little bit, because more likely than not, we're not going to be able to get this side over here, but at least I'll have a bush in between me and the enemy. So there's a panther over here that's going to pose a problem. Yay, and my frickin' ammo rack is damaged. At least I have a E100 coming to help. Yeah, I'm not coming out and letting you get a free shot on me, Panther. Which, module damage in this isn't that bad. That just unfortunately hit exactly where my ammo rack was. But in the Type 62, the main thing you just have to deal with is you have a low amount of HP for a lot of the tanks you'll be fighting, as well as not having a upgraded gun like other light tanks have access to. Oh, hello, Patton. You really gotta come pick on me? Everyone's gonna ram me today. But unfortunately I don't have a real good chance of running away there. I could have backed up, but he still would have ended up killing me in the end. So one of the perks of the Type 62 is it's a fairly small tank. Now I know the Patton's a medium tank, but just comparing the size, it is very small, and the turret's small as well, so you're not going to have too many issues of getting hit a lot when... Which, I don't know why that prototype's not aiming at the STA-1, but whatever. You're not going to have too many issues of being hit when you're moving around very quickly on the move, especially with the accuracy changes coming up in 9.6. But as I kind of mentioned, the downside is just the gun against higher tiers can be a little difficult. Even your premium round, you aren't really able to fight as well as other high tier lights because you basically have a stock gun going into matches. But it's still a pretty good scout tank. You just really have to pick and choose your fights, or else you're gonna be pretty frustrated. Just waiting for this match to end here. Hopefully I can get into another one fairly quickly. Looks like they were gonna steamroll them, but they're taking their time now in the south. Come on guys, you only have a few tanks left. Yeah, I'm surprised he did not get destroyed. Just ram him. E100 saved him. Had the TD just moved up and bumped him, he would have died, and TD would have lived. Seeing as they're already... Didn't look like he did much. I was going to say he's more likely up there or further north. You don't have very good shots from that area. But either way, a alright match. Better than I thought for Mountain Pass with a Tier 7 light going into a Tier 10 battle. Damage-wise, not too great, but as far as experience goes, I got top 4 experience since kind of helped and pulled my weight for only being in Tier 7. Let's just hop into another battle here. Okay, so yet another map where not very conducive to light tanks. And they have a crap ton of tank destroyers that can really put a hurting on me. So I gotta be a little careful here. So just taking a peek at our team, we have more high tier mediums than them. So I'm gonna try to focus on the beach side. I don't like going on the beach side, but at the same time, with that amount of tank destroyers that they have, more likely than not, they are going to be focusing on the center and the 1 to 3 line. I don't know why the Hellcat is complaining. For tanks being at the bottom of the list, being a tank destroyer is not that bad. You usually have a pretty good gun on you. Now, one thing, the turning traverse on the hull is decent, but it's still low enough when you're going at full speed to be a slight negative. Just something I've noticed. But it's not a huge downside. It's just something that you notice time to time when you're trying to make very fast turns. I'm gonna hope that there isn't a ton of people on this side, but we shall see. At least I have an E25 to help me out. Don't know why the E25 stopped. Usually if you don't see any enemies on the beach by about the F line, you're safe to push up as far as you want. Okay, TD. See if I can get one more shot in on him. I'm just gonna keep moving up here to hopefully help out, because we're kind of outgunned on this side. These guys need to get a move on it to help us out. Crap, there's a frickin' Roomba there. I always want to call it like a fucking Roomba vacuum, but I'll take the damage to take him out. It's well worth potentially being shot by a Hellcat. Just swap over to a heat round for his KV3. Hello. Oh shit, he was firing HE shells. Whoops. Sorry dude, didn't mean to hit you. Gonna come and help me? Let's just make his turret turn this way. One more shot on him. It's always nice if you're a light tank to kind of draw your enemy's attention to you. Especially when you kind of notice they don't have a very accurate gun. Even if you don't do damage to them, it helps immensely to your teammates. Okay, so let's help out with the T-28 over here. Okay, T-28 is not facing me. Crap. I just don't want to lose our Roomba tank destroyer. Okay, let's just keep going here. That kind of hurt. At least I should be able to turn him. He's kind of screwed now. Once again, as a light tank, you're here to help your team out. And you can't always do damage, but you can definitely assist in other areas. I hate those little trenches. I've gotten stuck in them before. I'm feeling like that leopard's gonna head straight up. And never mind, he kinda stuck around base. Anyway, a pretty decent match again. As you see, Type 62, it's a pretty good tank for a premium tank. You just have to remember that against higher tiers, you have to pick your battles very carefully. But a decent match, Mastery Badge 2nd class. Did just under 1,300 damage. Experience-wise, a bit higher. 2nd place. I only spotted for a little bit, but overall, a decent amount, and I made a alright amount of credits for a Tier 7 Light Premium. But anyway, there's a lot of little events going on this week and weekend. The tournament's definitely something to check out if you're interested, or just you don't really do tournaments but want to try one out and see how it goes, because very good chance that you're going to win a decent amount of gold or a decent premium tank, or if you get lucky enough, a lot of gold. So it's just something to check it out, and you can find everything on the World of Tanks website. And if not, there is a Type 62 package, which, as I explained, the Type 62 itself only costs about $17. It just unfortunately is with gold and premium time, which is why it's kind of, the price is inflated. But they're not trying to rip you off on the tank itself. It's a pretty big bundle for a Tier 7 premium tank. And that's pretty much it. But anyway, it's a pretty good tank. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.